can see managing multiple projects with Vagrant is actually really nice. You essentially have your own little server file that goes with each project, completely independent of each other. So there's no conflicts. Um, you could take this way further than just having little separate Scotch boxes. I mean, the purpose of Vagrant is a little bit more than that, where like say this version has this box has version MariaDB version PHP 5.5, and then this one runs PHP version 10. It doesn't really matter, but the idea here is each one's customized per project. For the most part, with all LAMP stacks, you could just use Scotch Box since we'll cover like 99% of use cases. Now, with that being said, what you want to do when you're completely done with a project is destroy them. So Vagrant destroy. I kind of covered this, and this is going to completely delete it off your system. Let's run Vagrant destroy for this one. Just you'll do that to free up memory and storage. Just a reminder, if you do that, that completely kills everything inside the VM. So if you had a custom database there and you didn't back it up, that's going to be gone forever. So typically, before you do a Vagrant destroy, you'll probably want to back up your database, and anything else may be custom to the server that you did. All right, so with that being said, we have a blank slate, and we're going to demo installing Laravel, since that's a pretty popular LAMP thing. So what we'll do is go to Laravel, and let's take a look at their system requirements. Their latest version requires PHP 7.1, and Scotchbox is only, I think, 7.11 or 7.0 or something. It's real close, but it's not close enough. I think it's close enough where Laravel will work. But just in case, what I'm going to do is actually do a Scotchbox Pro install for Laravel. And you can see just by following along here, this technically requires a license. If you're a company or you can afford to support the project, please do. But you can see it's pretty public and accessible. And I'm not going to clone this down yet. I'm going to first put Laravel on my desktop and then figure out what I want to do from there. So let's go to Laravel. Let's look for installation. There's a million ways to install Laravel. They have their own little composer thing. They have this. But what I'll do is on my desktop, I'm just going to run the composer command to create a new project, and it's going to call it blog. And so this is going to run and do a bunch of different things, but you can see what it's actually doing is it's just setting up my Laravel install. Now, if you don't, for whatever reason, like installing it that way, I mean, technically you could just download the files and then you could run composer install or update. But I just like this because it also generates like an application key for you. So like in your .env, this is required. So that's already going to be set up. I don't need to run any like PHP artisan commands to get going. Now, the only thing is, how do I execute these code files? Now, Laravel comes with a ton of different options. Like you could do PHP artisan serve, and that's like a basic server environment, and you can get coding immediately. It's an awesome solution. But what if you wanted something a little bit more? What if we wanted like the full things that come with Scotchbox? Let's go ahead and just copy and paste then the Vagrant file to the Laravel install. Pretty easy. We'll turn on the fast file sync. And then all we'll do is run Vagrant up. And then while that's running, as you guys probably know what's coming, we're going to update our host file. And all we'll do is we'll call this Laravel project 1.local, something a little bit longer. And I'll save that. And as that's running, I'm going to go into my env file. And we'll just kind of keep things pretty much the same. Not trying to make a full connection. You'll see most of the work was done by the composer install. Our database stuff, though, doesn't look like it's right. We use Scotch Box, so we just got to say username root, password root, and whatever different custom settings your application has. Scotch Box supports a lot of things. So if you have different cache drivers or Redis, that's all part of Scotch Box. You can get that configured and working. And I think it looks like this is good to go. Cool. So let's just navigate to our project. Hopefully this works first try. And it does after a little bit of a refresh. And we have Laravel installed on our computer. So let's take this one step further as a proof of concept. We'll go into our routes, do a sloppy copy and paste for test, and we're going to return test, test routing. And all I'm doing here is saying if we visit /test, show me this output. So let's do it. And it works. So we have routing set up. If you have a really complicated setup where you need to, maybe configure something a little bit more custom, you can go SSH into the box, just like you would a server. We could check out Redis. Redis CLI. Yep. We can see things are on, and it's all tied to this single VM here. And whenever we're done with it, we could just pause it like we would any other project. Pretty nice. That's how to install Laravel. I know I kind of went and covered a lot of things, but you can see it's extremely quick and easy.